IT Alliance, and welcome to the 7th of our 8-part series focusing on SME Digital Acceleration 2023. So we actually call this the Wheel of Innovation that you can see here on the screen. And to date, we've looked at vision, setting the vision, we've looked at culture, we've looked at information management, BIM. We've looked at sustainability. We've looked at standards. And today we're looking, last month we looked at technology, and today we're looking at MMC, modernising methods of construction. And next month we're going to be looking more at BIM for life cycle and FM. So if we take all of those 8 components together, if SMEs engage in those areas, they can become more innovative and prepare themselves more for the future. So I suppose that word innovation talks about new methods and modernising the construction industry. And this is important for SMEs as they prepare for a leaner, greener, more digitised future. And it makes sense, does it not, to think about industrialising our industry more and building more in the factory, having a more controlled environment in how we design and construct the buildings of the future. I suppose it makes sense, and it's what's needed in the construction industry to accelerate the adoption. So specifically this morning is about modern methods of construction, and I've been reading an awful lot about MMC in the last few weeks, and it's very clear that there is a clear commitment from the Irish government to embrace MMC. The proliferation of reports that have been produced over the last 3 to 4 years, I know Martin was involved in producing them for the CIF, working with CP SkillNet, and so on. And they all tell a consistent story, but what's very compelling is the Irish government's commitment to BIM or to MMC through their roadmap. The roadmap that is, commitment to MMC to accelerate housing delivery, particularly social housing. And we're going to hear more of that. So just before we go on to our programme this morning, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Many of them are here this morning. Without your support, we really wouldn't be able to put these events on. And it was great to meet a number of these supporters also at the gathering last month. So thank you sincerely for your support. So we have 4 speakers this morning. Aidan Fergal will be from the Department of Housing and Local Government and Heritage. Will be speaking about the roadmap. Norman Jackson is from the Housing Agency. I know, Norman, you spoke at our series in 2020. Diarmuid, it's great to meet one of my former students from Bolton Street, is also with the department, another quantity surveyor, and a good friend of the Alliance, a well-known proponent of MMC, Martin Searson from the National Standard Authority of Ireland. So it's great that you're all with us this morning, and thank you for taking the time. So the programme we have this morning, Aidan will start provide an overview of MMC initiatives in the Housing for All plan, including the roadmap that was recently published, was it in July this year, to increase adoption of MMC in public housing. Diarmuid, who has a lot of experience working for a number of local authorities, will be speaking about firsthand his experiences of using MMC and the benefits of using it in housing. Norman from the Housing Agency will be talking about design and build procurement as the preferred procurement model for MMC delivery in social housing, and Martin will be talking about the all-important need for standardisation, certification that is required. So our first speaker, Aidan, I'll just introduce you. Aidan is a registered architect, an architectural advisor for the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. Also, you work with the Climate and Construction Innovation Unit within the department. You have qualifications in housing, in town planning, and you've worked. You specifically have a remit to work on the delivery of actions under Housing for All related to MMC, construction innovation, and research and construction costs. Does that give a good Good, Council. What I'll do is hand over to you now, Aidan. So.